All right, good morning and welcome to the program. It is Straight Talk live on Echo FM 100.7. How on a day? Today is the midweek edition of the People's Program. Wait, Don, could they catch you? My first ask you first time. I'll warm you now with one good slap.
This is what to say hot pepper soup
For inside studio.
and fufu.
Did they do where one get pepper soup inside studio?
It's possible.
Avoid it in
Now.
the
You know,
pepper soup one
Guru
day.
one again.
I know I can afford it. I'm not saying where. How inside studio?
Just make it happen. That's
I
why
beg somebody call the worry my microphone partner this morning. Somebody bring hot water. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the show. It's a pleasure to have. Disturbing and things that are beginning to happen in our political space. It's not funny, but right now in Imo State, it's like we have started seeing a repeat of 2023 elections where Imo State became a battlefield for politicians and, of course, using state apparatus against opposition. So today on the show, we are talking about the plight of the opposition in Imo State. I said, what is going on? So I had to go there myself and see instead of hearing stories.
Yeah.
By the time we got there, tear gas was flying all over. People were attacked with tear gas by the Nigerian police. What for? All because they came out to support a candidate who wants to contest election. A rally that he wants to do just to declare his intention to be received by his own people. Who am I talking about? We are talking about the opposition party, the APP party, and the APC, as they claim in quote. Well, they say APC government attacked them. All right, we decided to find out exactly what happened. Why is this happening again? Well, Honorable Ugo Chinyere Ikenga was going to be his rally to declare. According to what we had, the story goes like this, that the whole of that was orchestrated the night before the whole place. The Anglican Church at Ntweke was supposed to be the venue. According to multiple stories from multiple people I was able to interview, we had a very, very ugly incident that is going on again, and that brings to question the last election where similar stories were had, and these stories were had because we have a situation where some people do not want this candidate to contest. That's the story. But I don't know how true that is. But the fact remains that Anglican Church at Ntweke Anglican Church at Ntweke for the rally where they met the police, seal up the church. It is not a public space. It is not a government owned. It's the church that was paid for a rally. And what happened? The police was there. The next thing, the youths were coming out, the supporters were coming out, only for them to meet resistance that they will not enter the church premises where they have paid for to host their rally. The church, Anglican Church at Ntweke, Ediato. And then Ugo Chinyere, on hearing that, he came on board using an Okada to go there to make sure nobody was hurt, according to what I heard. Then, from what I also gathered, my guest this morning was there. He had an altercation with the local government chairman of Idiato. Is it south or north? He's here. He's going to tell us that story by himself. I want to bring this into Imo people this morning so that we can see this ugly trend coming back again, and we have to call it out. We don't need this in our politics. People cannot. From what I also gathered, an 83-year-old man almost lost his life due to the tear gas fired by the police. Ugo Chingere had his own police, supposed to be his own detailed police, protecting him. On one side, we have police for Ugo Chingere. On the other side, we have police for whoever sent them. And from all indication, well, guest sitting with us this morning to analyze all that is my guest. Of course, my microphone partner is here. Her face has twisted from the smile to wondering what's going on. What's going on in that pretty head of yours? Okay. What's going on in that pretty head of yours? Done.
When I asked you for plot twist, are you seeing that there are so many plot twists coming up?
Yeah, I can see that. I can see this one.
More are yet to come out.
So why am I wanting us to discuss about this?
Yeah.
It's not about Ugo Chinyere or any other particular candidate. Why is the opposition being stifled?
Yeah.
In Abuja, the ADC wanted to do a Congress. The venue for the Congress was sealed by government. They went to the hotel. They decided to start pressuring the hotel not to allow them to do their ADC Congress there. In fact, when they insisted on doing it, the hotel refused and said they have paid for, they cannot do any other thing. They cut off the light supply to the hotel. Everywhere was hot. I mean, this is going on. Same thing happened in Imo State. It has become like every other election, we must have this. Remember the Rochas on Hakim Saga, where they went to the stadium only for them to be doing it in the street. Now, this time around, Ugo Chinyere had to hold his own rally and declaration for his intention to run in the streets, on the road, standing on top of his car to address the people. Wow. They have spent money on canopies, speakers, DJs, everything is in there, but they now had to use the streets because. Then, on further probe, I heard that the local government chairman said that they did not apply to host that rally in a local government where he is chairman. They had to write to him. They didn't write. So there are also issues like that. I tried to find out if Ugo Chinyere wrote to the Nigerian police to at least intimate them that they are going to hold this rally today. I couldn't get a definite answer because I was unable to speak to Ugo Chinyere himself yesterday. He was too busy. He couldn't give me any attention. Even though I tried, I tried to speak to him to find out exactly what is going on. But he said he was going to give us an interview anytime he's a little bit free. We hope that he keeps to his words because he's promised to be here or call in to our program and then we'll have that conversation. Then that takes us back to 2023 election where his house was also, I think they said they bombed or they burnt it or they killed people there, things like that. But, well, a son of the soil, a renowned journalist, award-winning journalist, troublemaker on radio, the querist himself is here. Chief Comrade Salvatore Amadi, he was also there live. He had an interaction with the police and the local government chairman of Idiato. So, good morning and welcome, Chief Comrade Salvatore Amadi.
Good morning.
Great morning to you, Cosmos Barry, and George Dawn.
Thank you.
All right, before we go into all those long details, the tear gas reach you?
I can say without equivocation that I was the first person to be hit with the tear gas just about 9 inches from my left foot by that gate, the gate of the church there. Because I immediately, well, first of all, on arrival, very close to the environment, there was a diversion.
Okay.
Because we were told, our driver was told that the road was blockaded, leading from Dikenafai, Sekine, Samanato, Umueshi to Ntueke.
Yeah.
So there had to be a diversion.
Diversion, they had to take round.
Yeah.
Same thing.
So on arrival, I went straight to the church gate where there were armed officers. And when I got to the gate, it was like 15 inches ajar, okay? The space between the left side of the gate and the right, just enough for a person to walk through. So I stepped beyond the police officers stepped 2 feet into the church premises, and something told me, Salvatore,
hold on,
come back and chat up these people. So I now drew back and asked them, who is the most senior officer here amongst you? Okay. And one of them pointed at the area commander. I said, that's the area commander there. I didn't even know that was the area commander, because I've met him before. I didn't notice he was the one standing there. So I went to him, and I identified myself, and we started, I was looking for clarifications. And lo and behold, just within seconds, the local government chairman, Okechukwu Okwara, arrived, and he started telling them, the officers, the area commander, you see, you cannot come and hold a function in a government-established government school, government-funded school, without writing an application to my office for clearance, for permission. And that was wrong. And when he finished talking with the area commander, he now turned to me and said, what are you doing here? And I said, I beg your pardon. I am here to monitor this political event. He said, you have no right to be here. I said, are you insinuating that a journalist has no right to cover a political event in Nigeria anymore? And he started, is it trouble? They now asked him, do you know this man? He said, yes, I know him very well. He's a troublemaker. He's a journalist. Tomorrow morning now he'll go to his radio program and begin to talk rubbish about what happened today. In fact, I'm even sure he's recording me. Get his phone and check it. So one of them collected my phone and checked. And yes, of course, as a trained journalist, you know when you walk into an environment that is dicey, you must
have a record and something to have evidence.
Yeah. So, and he opened it and said, yes, he was recording. So he deleted the recording, and the area commander asked him to give me back my phone, and he did. And the local government chairman started, shouting, "You're an idiot! You're an idiot! I know him very well. They are the opposition. They are the opposition. And in fact, if not for one thing, I will deal with you here." I said, "You deal with me?" He said, "Yes." I said, "Okay, that's all right." So I walked away. Started facing the crowd in front of the secretariat of APP, which is just about 90 meters away from that church gate. And some of the members of the party were chanting and flying their flags and all of that, and they were told to keep their distance from that church. And before you could say Jack, what you got was, I just had bang. Next thing I saw, just about 10 inches from my left foot, the first tear gas landed there, and then they started firing tear gas, firing warning shots in the air, then tear gas at the people, and of course, everybody had to take to their heels. Just seconds later, mucus started rushing out of my nostrils from tear gas. And I suddenly remembered 1993 when we were fighting for Abiola's election. Abiola's mandate.
I think that sums up the whole story of what we want to discuss today. It's just a typical example of what the opposition had to go through right now. If you want to be in politics, this is what you are going to get now. So everybody, you've heard the story, you've heard what has happened. Now, there are two very important questions. What does the law say about rallies? And what does the law say about private-owned businesses? Or like a church field, do you need permission from the local government chairman or from the government to use a church for a political rally of a political party? This particular electioneering phase is also part of the INEC register, their electoral guidelines and all that. because people are now declaring intentions to run and all that. So definitely, it is kind of very confusing at this very moment. All right, I tried to reach the PPR of police. His number wasn't connecting, so I couldn't get to hear from him before I got into the studio. So, for those of you who are lawyers, experienced men in this, what do you make of this? Is this what we are going to see again in 2027 election? A repeat of what happened in 2020? Or do we begin to run away from communities like what happened before 2023 election when the whole of Olu was a war zone? Olu constituency was like war zone. On Imo, I mean, what did they call? What's that other place that was so bad that nobody could go there?
You're talking about Osun.
Osun, thank you very much. I mean, it's crazy. We don't want the repeat of that. Government has fought so hard to maintain security in Imo State. We are experiencing relative peace. We do not want elections to bring back insecurity in Imo State, and that's why we are sounding this trumpet this early. Anyway, as a fallout of that, Ugochinyere has already been adopted by the APP as a consensus candidate for the Idiato North, Idiato South Federal House of Representatives, the seat he currently upholds. Now, to you out there, what do you make of this story? What do you make of this engagement? Let's get to hear from your thoughts and what you make of this new opposition plight all over the country, now happening in Imo State. Why Ugochinyere all the time? That's the question. What is wrong with a young man trying to be a leader? He is a leader now, and of course, a lot of young people are rallying behind him. Why can't you do your own electioneering campaign and beat him hands down in the election if you can? Why resort to violence? That's number one. Number two, does the government have the right to shut down a church for a political rally? What was the reason? From what Savata has said, is because the chairman said they didn't seek permission from him. Even if they didn't seek permission from him, is that the right approach to do? Where is the press release by the government denouncing that particular rally? Did the Nigerian police give them official notice that you cannot hold this thing, and they went against the police? These are all questions that we need to ask. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be the focus of our conversation today, the plight of opposition in Imo State and, of course, in Nigeria. Another one happened in Edo State, right?
Yeah.
Don't tell us that story.
Compared to what we saw in Imo State, where the opposition party came to, share their palliatives. Okay, now they went to Edo State, and they said that particular stadium can actually take more than 30,000, if I'm not mistaken, people inside that place, but absolutely nothing. Nobody was actually there.
Which party went to share?
You already know the exact party.
I think they said this man.
The main party.
APC.
The APC people.
Talk on now. It affect you for mad. The APC. The city boy, right?
Yes.
City boy movement.
And they came with their palliatives as usual.
And nobody went to collect the palliative.
Actually interested to
this is getting interesting. But definitely, well, that's in your Edo State. Now, in Imo State, they came and collected it.
Yes.
In Edo State, they say, "Mona carry nothing go." Now, the PRP is also beginning to have some people pushing their head that they are now factional leaders and all those craziness. It has started little by little. The rumors are coming up. Dati Baba Ahmed, Peter Obi's vice, has now decamped from the Labour Party to the PRP and cited that that is the next destination. Wow. The ADC has also appealed to the Chief Justice of the Federation, Kekere Edu, that she should, as a matter of fact, expedite the Supreme Court to give verdict on the leadership crisis in ADC, that they only have 3 days. After 3 days, it means they will be exempted from the 2027 electioneering process. So, due to compliance issue. 3 days as of yesterday. So, remaining 2 days today. So, these are all plights of the opposition in the country. Why is it so under this dispensation? Why is this so? These are the questions everybody is asking. Why can't opposition be left? Now, I heard Shehu Sani in an interview said that Jonathan made the biggest mistake. He called, when he wanted to compose an INEC staff, he even called Buhari to suggest some people, just to be neutral. And Buhari did. He brought in Jega, somebody he has never met before, because people recommended Jega, and Jega did the election and he lost. That Tinubu was never going to make that kind of mistake. Lie. So that is what the former Kaduna lawmaker was saying. So with all this, why is the opposition being stifled out of this contest? That is what we will be talking about today. Just before I open up the phone lines for you to add your voice, let's take some few headlines on our local papers here, starting with the Nigerian News Point. The Nigerian News Point on the front burner here. Dan, let's help us with this.
Okay, Ideato now, North/South Rep seat. Ikenga Ugochinyere adopted as consensus candidate as rep members flag attack on supporters.
Oh boy, that is on the Nigerian News Point. We also have Osama Monarch again, Vincent Iwala, others fingered in a violation of rights of 6 minors in Imo State again. You know, this kind of story, they vex me. Anyway, let's move. I don't want to have into... we have this one.
Okay.
Charter of Equity, done.
Okay. Okay, Oluzurume to where is zone. Bring credible candidates to sustain Uzodima's legacy to earn our support.
All right. Oluzurume is telling Owerri, get a credible candidate. Will Owerri heed to that advice? They keep saying, it's our turn. When I turn to be this one, then what is it? Okay. Now, the most confusing story I had yesterday was from Chima Amadi's camp. And, of course, the two of what Mazi cried. I don't know what that means, but then Chima Amadi to run for Senate, Guba Pools in Imo under APP. One person will run Senate and governor. Other one use work. Anyway, I'm going to get part of his team to come and explain to us someday. I was asking one of his henchmen, Kajit and Duke, yesterday, Abe, come and explain what this thing means. How can one person run for governor, run for Senate at the same time? It just be like saying the look where go favor and pass, but he declared for both Senate and governor. How that one use work under the APP? It's still the shock me. Salvatore,
yeah.
You have any idea what this means?
Well, I can ab initio tell you authoritatively that it is not unique to APP. That seems to be the in trend now across all the political parties. There have been decisions and a lot of strategies on the table in ADC. All of them, they're all gunning for what they call the low-hanging fruits. Of course, you know what that means because you have the National Assembly elections coming up in January, and the governorship election in Imo State is, to some of them, far-flung. In November 2027. And so what's the best thing to do now? Go ahead and go for the Senate, grab that one, run with it for a while, and then hand it over when the time comes and go for governorship. I can even tell you authoritatively as well that is what's happening in ADC now. It is happening in at least 4 other parties. They are saying they are going for...
is that not madness?
PDP is happening, ADC is happening. So
is that not madness?
If you want,
why are we turning our democracy into something?
They are looking at a bird in hand, being the worth of a bird in hand.
That's to show you they don't have any. They just want to get into government. They don't have any particular thing they want to be in government. Just to be, they just want to be there. There's no particular reason, because if you have a mindset of contesting the governor, why don't you focus on that? What's this point of going here and going here? I don't subscribe to that. I don't know about you out there, but that's very, very funny. It's not nice.
You know that they are all Nigerians, and all things being Nigerian, you can never tell what's going to happen the next moment.
Yeah.
Because of the way the country is being run. And so for them to be at least short of, what they say about half bread.
Yeah.
Half bread is better than none. Yeah. But at the end of the day, it still buttress my point. Because if you are going into election because you want to serve the people, you don't go for half bread or full bread. You go for the people. And this is very funny. What they're doing doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
doesn't give anybody confidence.
Just a minute. You see, you remember what happened in Nigeria in 1992 under Babangida.
Yeah.
When you had that quasi-civilian.
Civilian government where we have military and
for about a year and a half and all
yeah.
of that. So those who had that position, people like Evan and Co. In history,
governors.
They will remain as former this, former that. History holds that on, as far as their name is concerned. So what they are saying now is that the political temperature of Nigeria now is so hot that you can't even be sure. Some are not even sure that there will be an election the way things are going. So what they are thinking is, well, this one that looks more likely to hold, at least let's hold it there. At least if nothing happens after that, we will be known to have been addressed as a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria before whatever they're expecting in the form of inflation or whatever takes place.
Okay, on the Star Post Midweek Express, we have Onimo Youth's first passes vote of unflinching confidence on Dr. Emeka Obi. Says he is the best thing that has happened to Onimo LGA in recent history. Issues warning to enemies of progress in the area. Who is an enemy of progress in Onimo? All right, let's get more stories on that down.
Okay, the Social Democratic Party and then I think the new working committee.
No, that is the National Working Committee.
National Working Committee confirms Honorable Obinna Ekwebelem, Imo chairman, describes his emergence as an act of commitment, resilience, says party will not tolerate imposters or saboteurs.
Well, the SDP, Ekwebelem was their governorship candidate last governorship election. During the debate we had, he was also there. We met and we discussed a lot of things. Hopefully, we will try to reach him again. Okay, two races, one calculation. Why Dr. Chima Amadi's decision is the only rational one. Okay, you want to know why? That's what we were discussing earlier on. Grab a copy of the Star Post Express. Author pledges to link Abombi Say Anungokpala to national grid if elected. Which of the national grid?
Maybe the collapsed one.
I just had to hit it.
You're laughing.
Oh, my God.
And a very serious issue.
Oh, my God.
Enjoy yourselves.
Well, I'm enjoying myself now because, I don't know, the national grid, the one way I get itself strong, but I've been awaiting. Abe is a national grid of chain of command and positions and all that. It's not the electrical one. Who knows?
Certainly not the electrical one.
Okay. Don't just there in Nigeria. Hey, calm down. This is a beautiful game.
I think she's been promised goodies of, arising or emanating from the national grid over and over, and all to no avail, and she's so disappointed.
And they promised her free ticket to go and buy ATC free for women. I don't know what she's doing.
She's asking for free pepper soup. You're not giving it to her.
But they give her free ticket. You want to go collect. Now, free pepper soup, you want to collect.
Let's start with the pepper soup.
Okay, one joint Chimamadi. Massive infrastructural development. Governor Hope Uzodinma has made me proud. Bishop Atan Azubike declares, says he can now walk with his head held high. All right, thank you very much, Bishop, for that one. Whether you like it or not, there's a lot of infrastructure development in Imo State because Governor Hope has done massively well in that respect. When you go to that Idiata before, all those roads now, even the bridge, once the bridge is completed, everybody at Idiata now will say, Governor Hope, thank you. You remembered us. Once upon a time, there's a governor from Idiata, and then the bridge when constructed. Go see as the bridge day now. Go see the road. So those are the things that people will remember for. All right. The Age Express is next online. Prince Stanley Nwakama Orum's mother-in-law to be buried today. All right, I don't usually take those kind of stories, but today I'm just talking because a woman with the one bury measure and still rest in peace. Chima Amadi declares dual ambition for governorship and Senate. This story, not pure for my eye. But then we'll find out. All right, let's take this one down.
Okay, the one up? Okay, Ugo Chinyere defies destruction, emerges consensus candidate in Idiato South, commissions APP Secretariat.
Of course, the judiciary must protect Nigeria's democracy, not favor APC. Yeah. That is coming from Atiku Abubakar. Ati. And of course, finally,
Uche Obuagu declares for 2027 Mbitoli and Ikeduru rep race.
All right, everybody. That's where we are going to end it today. I don't want to go on national papers because every 2 days they're the vex person. And of course, after now, I'm not giving a good news. So I won't give only the good news in Imo State today. But definitely on the Punch newspaper, we have 2027 election. Tinubu, APC, big wigs, speak forms, and GAG, and GAC backs Hamzat. That is Governor of Lagos State. He has backed Hamzat, his deputy. There are stories and rumors that are not confirmed that he's going to resign and things on health grants and blah, blah, blah. It's been going on. These are rumors, unconfirmed stories. So anybody will tell you now and tell and say, we never did sure. So I just wanted to state that. But Hamzat has been backed by Sanwo-Olu in Lagos State to take over from him after this. So definitely we now know that APC candidate will definitely be Hamzat in Lagos State. The likes of PDP, Jadon. I think Jadon is not in APC. Jadon is not in APC. That's the former PDP governorship candidate in Lagos State. And of course, the Labour Party has since jumped ship to the ADC. So we see how Lagos pans out this time around. But definitely it's time for you to holler. 0911 20022
0707 454 1014.
Or you can send us 0707 491 3438. That's our WhatsApp number. 0707 491 3438. WhatsApp number. Messages only. Don't call that line. If you call anyway, if you call it here, boom, boom, boom. All right, let's take some calls now. Hello, be my first caller this morning.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, Mr. Larry. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Thank you. God bless you. And our brother, our sister inside there, I greet you people.
Yes, we greet you too.
Good morning.
Thank you. This is Elaine calling you from Okora and Owerri North, local government.
Okay,
All
you're
right.
welcome.
Thank you. No, I'm just even talking about, let me a little bit talk about what's going on Theaton. You know, anybody that know they will know that life and nobody can do this to play. And Theaton, I'm not from Theaton, I'm from Owerri. Understand? But we know the capacity there. All the low APC people, they're high on him and they can't do anything about the man. You understand? The same thing that happened in the Imo State, that our government is supposed to look. The thing that, let's all do the right thing once. If there are people that, if he can't beat them, you don't. I know that this man is very hard for you to beat. What's supposed to do? Partner with him. Look for the good that the man can bring to the Imo State. Not by force must to bring someone. That's the same thing that happened in the Imo State judiciary. The right person that is supposed to be there, they put the right person there. She's over 6 months now. The governor refused to confirm her. She's there. And if you went to the Imo State judiciary, you will see that everything changed. I have the two senior brother that is a lawyer, senior lawyer. They are talking about the woman. But now, to confirm it, that the governor, there was someone that will be there, that will be controlled. That's no good for our community and our state.
All right. Thank you very much, my brother.
God bless you.
Thank you.
Bless you too.
All right. Insecurity. Germany pledges support for Nigeria and seeks protection for Benue residents. That is another story. Presidency counters Northwest neglect claims and lists ongoing projects. That is also on the Punch newspaper. Good morning.
Hello,
Hello?
good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, my good people in the studio.
Good morning. That sounds like
And also
fun.
extend my greetings to our chief there.
All right.
Good morning.
Yeah, my name remains Comrade Frank, that always call from Worsley out. Frankly speaking, I witnessed all that happened at my local government in that South yesterday. Honestly, I ask myself, is this a democracy? Why can't them allow people, honestly, to showcase their love to their beloved ones? It's uncalled for. But nevertheless, I am pleading the federal government. I am pleading those who are in the seat of authority. Honestly, please, we don't want some kind of thing to happen again in Idato. I'm a son of Idato Nation. I'm a son of Idato South. Believe me, It is uncalled. Tomorrow, today, it is in Kenya. Tomorrow it may be you. We don't want this kind of issue, this kind of situation to continue. Even though if you don't like Ikenga, allow people who love him to showcase their love to him. You mustn't force to love person. You mustn't force to hate person. For me, I am saying, if you know what Ikenga is doing to attract those people, why can't you do your own to attract that love in which Ikenga has attracted to people? But let me tell them, tear gas cannot stop us, believe me.
Right.
Yesterday,
Thank you.
honestly,
Thank you.
Please, Senator, please talk to him. Allow me to speak my mind.
Thank you.
Don't cut me off.
Thank you.
Believe me.
Thank you. Let others talk. All right, not only you go talk all now. I am Frank. Calm down. All right, thank you. You are beginning to sound annoyed, and you can't do that. All right. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah. Good morning, the dog.
Good morning, catch you soon.
Yeah. Good morning, Sabari.
Alpha.
I'm fine. Good morning, the guest in the studio.
Good morning.
Yeah. My name is Katchison Epuha. I am calling from my community, Alfo, in the West local government. Yes, what happened in Idato, honestly speaking, I want to condemn it in all entirety. No matter what, I want to condemn it. You may recall that when you come to rep members from Imo State, when you count 1, 2, I mean, when you count one person and you count 2, Ugo Chinyere is among those who are making great impact in the National Assembly. Go and check his bill. Go and check what his scorecard. When you count 1, 2, you must count Ugo Chinyere. Away from that, based on his capacity, even as an opposition member in the PDP when he emerged, he got a very juicy committee to head the petroleum, downstream petroleum. Another person cannot just get that position, but he got it even as an opposition member. So Ugo Chinyere, for me, is doing well and representing us well. Whatever be the issue in Idato, I may not know, but then he shouldn't have gotten this extent. They should please settle their differences. Politics is about the best candidate. Let the best candidate win. Every party should flout your candidates. The best will win. Please, it hasn't gotten to this level whereby human lives will not be endangered for crying out loud.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, catch you soon.
All right. Well, for those of you who are not watched, you can think about, can go straight on our Facebook and see some of the pictures that are there. You can see how the police barricaded the people away from the church. You can see Ugo Chinyere addressing people on the streets. You can see also that there was a lot of massive turnout. In fact, because of the crisis, a lot of people who ordinarily couldn't come out started coming out. And I don't understand why this keeps going on. The more you try to fight an opposition, the more you make the opposition very popular. And that's one of the things that gave Donald Trump the victory. The more they try to kill him, the more sympathy votes begin to go for him. The same thing happened with Senator Natasha. And of course, even this young man was in exile when he was voted to come back and lead his people at the House of Assembly. So why this continuous attack on every time he has any... I believe there was a time he did a rally that was supposed to use in the secondary school, was it primary school? He renovated. The police also stopped that as a public use. So why this continuous target of anytime he wants to do something, Savata?
You're talking about why. I think that question answers itself automatically. Why is because he doesn't want you to win. He wants to win. That is why. And I'm sure you understand that. What we should be talking about is, should this type of environment be allowed to persist? And you know, I chatted up the newly elected State Publicity Secretary of APP yesterday. And he was talking about the local government congress in Mbitoli Kedru, one of the communities in Mbitoli Kedru Federal Constituency last week. and the report that the members gathered at a venue and they were being chased away by thugs and all of that from the venue. Just a Congress.
Congress, a party Congress.
Yes, party Congress at the local government level. So the question is, when you say, why is this happening? Now, let me tell you. By now, I'm sure you are aware, when you have a situation where a president of a country is publicly telling the Senate president of the country, number 3 citizen, I will send you to go there and scatter them. Okay? Mr. President, number 1 citizen, telling the number 3 citizen in the country, I will send you over there to scatter them, the opposition. And then the chief of staff to the president is telling somebody in ADC,
remain there,
scatter them there. So should we allow this scatter them anomaly, this season of anomy, political anomy in the country to continue? See,
it's a very dicey situation. The plight of the opposition is getting worse every day. Good morning. Who did here?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, brother.
I greet you.
Good morning, our good sister.
Oh, good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, my brother, Chief Comrade Solomon.
Good morning.
I'm Ugo Chima from Ida, calling from Owerri.
Okay.
You know, just like Barry asked, why is all this happening? You know, Barry, if you are not aware, we are not practicing democracy again in Nigeria. Because in a situation where you cannot allow the opposition to strive, I don't think that is a democracy that it is practiced in other parts of the world. And my candid advice is let them leave Ugochi Ikenga Imo alone. He is a man loved by the people. Just look at what happened yesterday. They blocked the venue, then the people went down to the streets. That not be just the natural one. So let them leave Ugochi alone. Let them leave Ikenga alone. He is a man loved by Ida nation. We cannot let this kind of thing that happened in 2023 election again to happen this time around. And we are prepared. Let the opposition leave Ugochi Ikenga alone. That is what I want to advise them this morning.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you. Everybody seems to be caught up on that story. And, of course, other stories on the newspaper. The delayed Supreme Court judgment, opposition fears election exclusion. ADC petitions CJN. I've told you about that earlier before. On the rather good news now, police rescue 5 abducted polytechnic students in Ogun State. At least that one's a good one. Those stories are all on the Punch newspaper. CBN's proposed 1,500 Naira ATM card insurance fee sparks backlash from Nigerians and financial experts. Now, Donna, what will you... People like say, may your ATM not expire because if you go down at 1,500, it'll be 1,000 again. Thank God I just changed my ATM last week for 1,000. You never reach 1,500. This one now go to 2032. So then and you don't go lost. I go hold on now. I save my 1,500. All right. So, but at the end of the day, what's this madness about increment in everything, even ATM charge? What exactly are they even charging? Is it the card to produce, or what, or the numbers, or what's making the increment anyway? It's just to make more money for the banks. Now, are you aware that the banking industry is the most profitable organization now in Nigeria? In fact, their risk is no longer there because all they see is money coming, money, just money coming. Interest rate has increased, inflation has increased, borrowing has reduced. People are no longer even doing all those things again. So one thing I have seen is that these people just keep cashing in. Imagine that they give you interest of 15 Naira and charge you 50 Naira for the SMS they're sending to you, that they're giving you interest. Which kind of 419 be that one?
Well, you have to think very deeply about the root cause of the problem. And when you go recruiting people for leadership and you bring in the element of nepotism, for some of us, that is the height of corruption in any clime. because what you're setting up is a cartel to hold the whole nation to ransom. And so it becomes a rogue economy. And it's such that when you do not have a very reliable system with which you can check these absurdities, your problems are escalated.
All right. Let's just take some few messages before we go on a break. On our Facebook, let's do that. Ekemini sir. Good morning, my people of Equa FM. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Ekemini, I've not seen your message for quite a bit now. Where have you been? Ampadekchi Dozie Nwosu has the next one down.
Okay, from Umwakane Ohaji, the most peaceful community in Imo State. Good morning, Barry, Ekoma, and senior comrade in the studio. The beauty of democracy is opposition. Let opposition criticize the ruling party constructively, while the ruling party should allow the opposition to operate.
All right, thank you very much, Comrade Ampadek. All right, just before we go, we're going to take a short break. I want to let everybody know that today is Ojezro Bodo, and Ojezro Bodo will be holding this evening where the winner will come to the studio, and we will. I've been waiting to hear about Akwakuma people, because I know very little about Akwakuma people. Amakaya Akwakuma. Every time we hear it, but you don't know what they are. This now somebody village. I keep saying Akwakuma is somebody village.
At least one, they are peaceful.
They are very peaceful.
Yes, very social and accommodating.
Don't want to tell us saying go Akwakuma and go just over that day. You know,
sorry for not going.
No one said, since she came back, she just been hailing Akwakuma people. Just to make me the salivate and no follow go chop with it and give them. Anyway, with special gratitude to Akwakuma for hosting Echo FM. We appreciate what you did. And of course, it was a massive love for Echo FM and for what we do. So we appreciate you big time. A bell of blessing to the whole of Akwakuma people. All right, thank you very much. This evening, they will be here to be hosted by the priest and priestess of Ojezorobodo, Uche na Clara. This evening, don't miss it anytime soon. We will be leaving the studio in preparation for your visit. Okay. We go on a short break now. When we come back, we will continue the conversation. Remember, we are taking a look at the plight of the opposition, mostly here in Imo State and, of course, in general, Nigeria. So we'll take a look at that. Everybody, get your fingers crossed. And, of course, I know many messages have come on our WhatsApp. We will take them when we come back from this short break. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back. Welcome to the news update on Echo FM 100.7. We are the fresh news people. Here are the latest stories we are keeping tabs on. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has praised Olayemi Cardoso for leading reforms at the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, saying his policies are helping to rebuild Nigeria's economy for long-term growth. Speaking after the deadline for bank recapitalization, Tinubu described Cardoso as committed and focused. Especially, he noted that the reforms, including foreign exchange changes and tighter financial regulations, have improved investor confidence and strengthened the system. The Nigerian police force has condemned the fatal shooting of a suspect, Mene Ogidi, which occurred in Efurun, Delta State. Spokesman of the command, SP Bright Edafe, said an officer arrested in connection with the shooting has been transferred to Abuja on the directive of the IGP for investigation. He further urged members of the police to remain calm and law-abiding as the disciplinary and legal processes take their course. In a move to avert the looming strike in universities and inter-university centers, the federal government has invited non-teaching staff unions for a meeting. Recall that the Senior Staff Association of Nigeria Universities, SANU, gave the federal government an ultimatum to conclude the ongoing renegotiation exercise by April 30th, 2026. SANU rejected the government's 30% salary increase offer and threatened an indefinite total strike if the renegotiation is not concluded by the deadline. The police command in Ondo State has confirmed a suspected suicide incident at Emure Ile involving a 20-year-old student of Rufus Giwak Polytechnic, Owo, who was found dead in his residence. VSP Abayomi Jimo, the command spokesperson, confirmed the incident, stating that police operatives promptly visited the scene, where the body was recovered and deposited at the morgue for preservation and autopsy. And in Benue State, the Benue State government has intensified surveillance and response measures to guard against any possible outbreak of COVID-19 following recent developments in neighboring Cross River State. The Commissioner for Health and Human Services, Dr. Paul Oguche, who disclosed this in Makurdi, credited the achievement to coordinated efforts between the state government and health partners, including the Nigerian Center for Disease Control, NCDC, and the World Health Organization, WHO. And in the world of sports, Kipcha, Kvaratskhelia, and Osman Dembele scored twice each as Paris Saint-Germain beat Bayern Munich 5-4 in an epic first leg of their Champions League semi-final, an extraordinary encounter becoming the highest scoring match ever at this stage of the competition. An unforgettable game leaves the tie between the continent's two best teams of the moment for next Wednesday's return at the Allianz Arena, with a place in the final in Budapest on May 30th on the line. And in the world of business, despite a pricing advisory by the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, NMDPRA, oil marketers have continued to sell aviation fuel, also known as Jet A1, to airlines at 2,230 naira per litre and above, deepening concerns across Nigeria's aviation sector. Findings indicate that strong demand for Jet A1 and the activities of intermediaries seeking to maximize margins are major factors sustaining the elevated prices. And on the foreign scene, an elderly man in eastern India stunned bank officials and customers after exhuming his late sister's remains to prove her death and access money in her account. In a dramatic response, Munda dug up his sister's skeleton and brought it to the bank as proof of her death, shocking those present following police intervention Bank officials assured Munda that the process for assessing the funds would be facilitated in line with due procedures. And that is all for the news update at 10 as edited by Benjamin Joseph. For more information and inquiries, visit our social media platforms. On Facebook is Echo FM, on X at Echo FM _ on Instagram and YouTube, Echo FM 100.7. You can listen to us anywhere in the world by clicking on www.echofm.net. And that is the news update at 10. Thank you for listening.
Echo FM.
FM 100.7. All right, we go straight into the messages that came in earlier because I know everybody's itching to say one or two concerning our topic for today, the plight of opposition in Imo State and Nigeria, where we have brought you the story of what happened at Idiato yesterday concerning the honorable member representing Idiato Nation there at the National Assembly, Honorable Ikenga Ugochinyere Imo, who was his venue for declaration and reception by his people in at Ntweke Anglican Church, the Christ Church in Anglican, there's the Anglican Church, Christ Church at Ntweke there, very close to the APC Secretariat that was just commissioned by him. yesterday. So, with that said, Salvatore Amadi is our guest today. He was there. He narrated the story of what transpired between him and the local government chairman and all that. There are a few questions I would love to ask on that later on the show. But before we go into that, John, let's take some of these messages that came in earlier on.
Okay.
All right, so let's go.
Okay, good morning, Barry, the Radio Marshal, the Buruburu One. Good morning, Don Ekoma and Prince Che Dozie Owomere, writing from Owerri. The truth is that Tinubu and his APC government have destroyed Nigerian democracy. He is now using INEC and judiciary as a tool to destabilize other parties, and it is very dangerous to our democracy. If he has done well like they claim, when they are not afraid of the contest, and why are they afraid of electronic real-time transmission of results? Because he knows that he has failed woefully in all ramifications. That is why his government believes in propaganda, lies, and deceit. If Tinubu has the interest of Nigeria at heart, he should allow free and fair election so that the cap fits, let him wear it. My dear, his leadership has no future, and all I'm seeing is darkness at the end of the tunnel. I rest my case. I'm Prince Chidozie Onwumere.
All right, thank you very much, Chidozie. Today we have this one said, Bonjour, Barry, Princess Ekoma, and our guest in the studio, Ejiko Bona, is writing from the good people of Amapuredere in Izombe. Barry, I can see that Tinubu's tune, as he said, so let other parties go home and sleep. May God help us. Thank you very much. This one is from Collins Oswagodan.
Okay, aka Motion, texting from Imopoli. Good morning, my good friend Barry, Ekoma, the guest and the listeners. The beauty of democracy is opposition. We've actually taken that on. Should we still take it? Silencing the opposition is like silencing democracy. Politicians should be very careful the way they treat the oppositions, because they may also be in the opposition one day. I am Motion from Imopoli.
All right, we have this one from... it says, good morning, my eloquent and majestic Barry Cossie, beautiful Don George and studio guest. The height of red eyes used in pursuing elections in the country is becoming unthinkable, worrisome and highly disturbing, and dangerous to the continuous existence of this country called Nigeria for now. The situation is becoming more and more crazy by the day. Unfortunately, and most unfortunately, is the aim behind all this rage is monetary gain. Yeah. Jesus Christ asked us, what is it? What is your joy if you gain the whole world and suffer the loss of your soul? Unless political offices are made less lucrative, peace and calmness will continue to elude this country. Nigeria, please, respect our status, your motherhood, and your position in the world in general, and Africa in particular. As in Lady Julie Nasike sent in that one there. We have this one done.
Okay, good morning, Barry Cosmos, the Buruburu One on radio, Mrs. Don Ekoma, and our eloquent guest, Chief Salvador, the one I respect so much. There's one thing we all need to do to make this world a better place for all of us. It is simple. Always do the right thing, always. I am begging the APC-led government, the INEC, the police, the judiciary, and the politicians in general to do the right thing. Our democracy is in big trouble, and if our leaders sincerely love our nation and its democracy, they should do the right thing for the Nigerian people. Henry Naji from Afo Ama Market Old Road, Nekedi.
Thank you very much, Henry. I think we took on Facebook.
Yeah.
This other one says, good morning, Mr. Barry Cosmos and George Donekoma, regarding the troubling reports from Umtweke over the disruption of Honorable Gochinye's rally. Regardless of who is responsible, peace and fairness remains vital for democracy in Imo State. Reports of a sealed private venue and the use of tear gas, which allegedly endangered an elderly man, are concerning. Let leaders and agencies concerned ensure restraint, justice, and peaceful political atmosphere for all. Let us remember that development only thrives in an atmosphere of peace and mutual respect. Alfonso Chima, texting from Owerri. And this one is from the People's Elder.
Okay, Chief Barry, Alpha Dawn, and Comrade Salvador, happy morning. Those who must kill to remain on the top must have death waiting as a sentinel at their doorstep. APC, though evil contraption, must be careful. Contraption must be careful about the way and manner they go about their political maneuvers. We are still contending with APC and judiciary activities at national level, though contrary to the well-being of the citizens. Power still belongs to the people. It is very unfortunate. The people's elder.
Thank you very much, Elder Chijoke, for your message. This one says, good morning, Mr. Barry and co. I just want to make my story short. I would like you as a journalist to stand at the middle because them will come to the studio and speak for people to sympathy with them, but fail to speak the truth how the matter started. Anya Kingsley from Amazi Egbema Daddy Mary Claret. Thank you very, very much. This other one says, good morning, Barry Cosmos and Judge John. Please, Chief Salvatore, summing up all the horrors that is associated with APC since 12 years now, is right to describe APC years in power as apocalypse era. Oh, boy. And this one says what, Dan?
The Buruguru one and Lady Akoma, Asna for life. What I want to say is that democracy cannot be complete without opposition, and any person who has the right to declare his or her intention. If the ruling party wants to fly all alone, they should stop hunger and insecurity in the country so that people can consider them for second term. They should stop forcing people to support a party that does not care for the people they are ruling. They should allow Ugo Chinyere to be. He is a good representative to Southeast. Barry, any politician seeking for 2 positions at a time cannot do well, even if he or she assesses the position. Barry, Lady Ekoma, somebody needs pepper soup. Please do the needful. Comrade Chris Obonna JP, Church of Presentation.
Okay, I beg. See, if you finish, we'll finish. Go take pepper soup. Come tell them, so I don't give you the pepper soup. Man, rest. Man, let me rest. And this one, I will start the program asking, what did they give us now? People change themselves. I didn't understand. They never win anything. They don't have nothing. They just play second position 4 years in a row and still happy.
Barry,
I better talk to me.
There is something very, very instructive in the message delivered by the last caller. That person that sent that message.
Yeah, I wanted to comment on that, but I just decided to let it fly.
I'm sure I'm coming from a different angle from what you were thinking about.
Okay.
He said Arsenal for life.
Oh.
That is a poetic representation, reflection of the Nigerian political anomaly.
Oh. Jesus.
He's not shouting FC, Heartland FC, or Abia Warriors for life. A Nigerian youth is shouting Arsenal of England for life. That tells you a lot about what majority of Nigerians are thinking about what is supposed to be their country. That obviously is not.
All right. I get where you're coming from, but definitely some of us now the blues for life. What are you like? Thank God say Chief don't come. I'm going to make a complaint. If this lady does not change from Arsenal, she should be sitting the other side of the seat, not be sitting with me. Sit there, and I'll sit here. We are 2 parallel lines. We can never meet. Arsenal and Chelsea cannot meet.
You
it's
want
not
to start
possible.
Victimizing her because she's a female?
No, don't play me that female card.
Don't let Betty Anyanwu Akeredolu hear this.
I'm telling you.
No, I cannot victimize her. She's Arsenal. Why would Arsenal be sitting here? I mean, no one have nightmares some of these days.
Why would 2 of you even be serving as journalists in this country when you are supporting English FCs?
Okay.
What do you
instead
mean?
of Nigerian football clubs? Both of you are supporting English football clubs.
We support Enyimba. When league was league, nowadays, see, if you play home, you win. You go away, you lose.
Salvador
it's normal. So that one, no, forget that one. Make your league glamorous, we go support them.
Dissect it very well.
Make your league glamorous, we go support them. One day, if you watch Premier League every weekend, you feel happy.
And do bet Niger on it.
Thank you very much. People, they play confidential barometer. But at the end of the day, you now come Nigerian League. A referee one blow, in look the crowd, everybody look at him, go blow for you. Go here. When they will come out play, I go say, na me want come out, no try am. The coach go turn, take crowd, say, no be me, I want come out, I no agree. Now that kind of league, we want come watch. I beg, I don't want to watch comedy. I want to watch football. They should make Nigeria League a competitive league. It's not competitive at all. Today, it's just any state that the government gives money, they win. That if Bet Nigeria wants everybody to lose, or just go, I mean, those kind of craziness that we hear, it's not funny. We know that it happens in every league, but Nigeria own, we don't do our own thing, Korokoro. If we want to do that kind of GBT, we do and I say we no get sense at the end of the day. So, but at the end of the day, the blue is for life. I don't know what they give us now, people. Akachi, what they give the Akachi is one of them. Now they pay me pass. And if you write anything for my screen,
We're
now,
contented. We're
if you write anything for this screen, I can't go. So tell me how you go do after this program.
You won't read it.
So at the end, Jesus Christ, Akachi, you are. Don't worry about Akachi you after this program. All right, let's go back. That's just a teaser for us. Let's continue with the program. Dr. Mrs. Amao Labora from Owerri. When is a nation failed or failing? What a question. The barometer for measuring is, it is easily readable. The readings include system failure, insecurity, corruption, anti-democratic tendencies. A nation can be failed when there is government without good governance. Government without governance, not even good. We not even see the governance. When instruments of war available for to individuals, militants, Boko Haram, headsmen, and robbers far outweigh those in the military and police armories. Aye, not true. When extrajudicial killings is the order of the day, when good programs no longer work, when leadership does not touch or inspire the led and remain insensitive to their yearnings and aspirations. Man, this is poetry from Dr. Mrs. Sima, captures everything. Yeah. And this is exactly what happens to a football club like Arsenal.
You have come again.
When the fans cannot happy go home after the season. Watching Arsenal is like watching Netflix every time next season. I don't tire. At the third time, they need to hear what? Second position, 4 years in a row. What a bombshell. No, Vex, take out. Take out. Oh. Let's go into the conversation proper, and then we will let you have your say. I wanted to react to somebody who sent a message here saying, Barricades must be in the middle. I try as much as possible to be in the middle. Being in the middle does not mean don't say the truth. I am not one of those journalists that will see things and hide it. We'll say it the way it is. That is why the name of our program here, the name of the program I anchor together with John, is Straight Talk. No bending corners. You don't expect us to see this and begin to give it political coloration. I don't do that. I will never do that. So if you're expecting me to, listen, if the APP does anything wrong, I will be on their case. This time around, I'm not calling APC. We're not calling in, we are saying the government officials. We are also looking at the police who went there. Who sent them? Anyway, you just told me about the local government chairman you met there. Does the local government chairman have the authority to pull a police to go and block an individual convention? These are questions. Does the police now take orders from the local government chairman, the area command? Will now local government chairman will say, go and block somebody. Not that they are doing any criminal activity. They are doing a political rally well under the law. And then you say, I should come and garnish it. Which English? How will I use garnish them? We'll say it the way it is. So if anybody gets offended by what I'm saying, thinking that, because anytime you decide to talk about something, they tag you opposition. I am not an opposition. I don't have time for any party. I don't belong to anyone. I will never belong to anyone so long as I'm doing this job. Anytime I decide to be partisan, I go and join a political party and leave this microphone. It's as simple as that. I can do private things and then use my own private thing, but this is Echo FM. I can't even do that. So everybody get that straight. Barry Cosmos is never and will never be partisan to anybody, but the truth must be said the way it is. I had to spend my time and my money to go there and see for myself and see what is going on. Not to hear, not be here say. I saw it. So I say it the way it had to be said. Salvatore was there having an altercation with the chairman and the police, inhaling tear gas. And then you sit in your house and look at him and say he's being partisan. He's not in the middle. Come on. Don't say that. It is insulting and degrading to what we do. We take the risk to go and bring you this news. And when they bring you, you say it's partisan. Please, nobody should tell me that. I don't like it. And I don't want anybody to attribute me to any of that. All right? So I'm speaking as me. I'm not even speaking as Don or Eko. It's me now. You understand? Because I'm at the center of this. So if you make me partisan, you are now making me a point of target. And that I do not tolerate.
You have a place.
I don't want to tolerate that kind of sentimental talk. If any party does something wrong, we'll call it out. That's our job. If they do it right, they will tell them. Now, in this issue of Ugochinyere, my worry is this is how it starts from little. Before you know, somebody is dead. In 2023, same old started happening, like play. We thought it was just political maneuvering, and then we had gunmen came to his house and killed people. Imagine that a trigger-happy policeman who the crowd tried to overwhelm and enforce themselves. Have you ever seen that situation that some people, you push them, and they will push back? How many policemen were there? Were there up to 20? Now, please put that, for those of you who are watching, put those pictures again, the ones we were able to take yesterday. Put those pictures. These are pictures I took myself. Nobody sent it to me. You understand now? Now, look at the crowd here. If they decide to descend on the police, how many will the police kill? Because if one person goes down, I rate the rest, and they may decide to act. What will you be doing? Anarchy. Now, take a look at this crowd. This is the streets. And how many policemen, how many rounds of ammunition you get? Before they don't kill you with stone, with anything. And that is not what we want to hear. And this is why we're calling it the way it is. We do not want this in Imo State electionary process. It is completely wrong. If the police is involved, please, police should. Now, if not because there was police on this other side, now who barricaded the people from going close to that place. These guys were ready yesterday to overrun the police. I'm not saying they told, I was there. I saw it. They were ready. They said they were ready to die. And when people start sounding like that, what do you think will happen? And this is the reason why we are making this. I'm sounding this way because we don't want this. We don't need this. We don't need this at all. For a political office to be held by one person, people will have to die. What for? That is the question. Good luck, Jonathan, say, my ambition is not worth the life of one man.
Yeah.
And that is now an iconic statement reverberated all over the world. But why would you think your own aspiration is worth the lives of Nigerians? It's terrible. Imolites must not die because somebody wants another person to be in the seat. Nobody should do that. We don't want that. So we call on our Nigerian police, our wonderful Nigerian police, please. It is not every time you spray tear gas on people to control crowd. There are 10,000 ways of dialoguing with people, and they will hear you, they'll respect you. Every little thing, tear gas. What about people that are asthmatic? What about people where you go say, wait, carry them, go there?
Yeah.
You know, somebody sent in a message you read that an aged man. I believe the aged man they were talking about was the retired broadcaster and the ace master of ceremonies, popularly known as Okuroha. So he celebrated his 75th birthday. He celebrated his 75th birthday recently. Wow. He's from Idaho North.
No, Okuroha was one. There's one man that collapsed. That was poured water upon. I don't think it was. Okuroha said he nearly died. They should give him. He said he was joking, but yeah, it was something.
Yeah, he put it jocularly, but you see, he was saying, "Please, I cannot drink tear gas and now come and drink water. Give me something richer than water that can give me something in my system, you know."
To clear his system.
Yeah, better than water. You know, he was putting it jocularly, but. That was the lot of so many people. I mean, that's a 75-year-old 75 years
who is a journalist who retired.
Yes.
Instead of enjoying his rally, he goes to support a candidate and then he has to inhale tear gas. What for? Were the people violent? The people were not violent. So what was the need of the tear gas? To disperse them, to make them afraid. That is what I am saying. So nobody here is saying anything, supporting this, supporting that. No. My interest is not even Ugochinyere. My interest is the people that came out to support a candidate. This is how people are now afraid to come out to vote. And if we continue with this, the voter party keeps increasing. Is this the game plan? To make sure that you scare people away from coming to vote and exercise their voting rights. This is completely wrong, and this is what I stand for. Let's do the right thing. Let the people decide who should lead them. It's as simple as that. That's what democracy is.
Yes, you were expressing concern about the political parties and political members. Now, what about the fourth estate?
We the media.
We in
Yeah.
the media. Now, when I arrived at that scene, I noticed some of our colleagues, journalists who came there to cover the event, and they were keeping their distance from that church. You know, they were not like they were reluctant in getting close to the church.
And because they have to serve themselves first. No, the truth is that journalism now is no longer what it used to be. If they see a journalist, they let you pass. That's the rule. Once you identify yourself as a journalist, police will not disturb you, do your thing. But now, once they hear you're a journalist, they beat you first.
Exactly. We see and this is a very, very dangerous trend that is gaining traction, where journalists who are not in the business of writing favorable things against the ills in society are now tagged opposition. They are opposition. And the tone of the delivery of that word opposition insinuates that opposition is now criminal. It's now a criminal act to be in opposition or a supporter of the opposition in Nigeria. It is now a criminal act in Nigerian constitution. And that is a very dangerous trend that should be stopped, because, you know, they say, when you're about to, before you kill a dog, you must tag that dog a bad name.
Yeah.
So that is what is happening right now. And that is targeted at the fourth estate of the realm. And that's very dangerous.
Well, this is what we're saying. Don, when you asked that, when I told you about it, said, what did that man do there? Remember we had a conversation. He's supposed to be resting. He's supposed to be this. He's a Nigerian. He has a right to vote and choose people that will lead him, despite his age. And these are the people, when you see them on the line, it even gives the younger people that if my daddy, my grandfather, my great-grandfather is struggling for a better society for himself and for his own children, don't he have a right? Why tear gas him? The same thing happened in Abuja, even in the APC secretary, during the APC convention. Tear gas, you saw the way people were breathing and struggling and looking for air. The tear gas went into your eyes, your nostrils, and it's a terrible thing. And now, every little thing, in short, if police come where two Okada they fight, they'll throw tear gas.
But is there no standardized law binding this tear gas, maybe concerning protests, rally? Because when I was researching on this, in as much as it says that the law is actually backing such act, but there has to be a boundary, there has to be a place of law. So does it mean we don't have any law binding such as to when they should do this and when not to do this?
You see, Nigeria has obviously turned lawless, and that's the reality you must come to grips with. The law says that if people, even if they were protesting and they were doing so peacefully, you don't resort to such
measures. To protect them, to make sure nobody affects them.
Yes,
that's what the law says.
That's what the law says. And now, since the people were not violent, they were not tumultuous, they were not making any trouble, or attacking anybody, they were not armed and all of that, and you begin to fire tear gas at them, because the law tells you must first of all see that there's proof that these people have gone violent before you take any action. But you just do that for the heck of it because it's there in your possession. And
that is what I wanted to find out. Unfortunately, I couldn't speak to the PPRO of police because his number wasn't connecting. If we have a situation like this, from your own experience, should Ugo Chinyere and his team had notified the local government chairman, since he's more or less a political leader in that local government area, that I'm doing this, I'm not doing that? Do I need you? I don't need you. Okay, I just want to inform you that I'm doing this just for information's sake and stuff like that. You understand where I'm trying to get at? Should that happen? Because you are saying the local government chairman said they ought to have written to him. Is there any law that requires any political aspirants in that particular domain to inform the local government chairman or the police or the state government that he's doing this? Even though they are already aware that this thing is going on, officially, he should write them. That's a question I want to find out.
Okay.
The question some people may want to ask at this juncture concerning this is, can you provide proof of letters of application written by the All Progressives Congress in Imo State to local government chairmen for the use of venues in their various local governments? Is there a proof to that effect that they also wrote? You see, you don't operate two different laws under one umbrella that is supposed to be a country. And that is the problem, has been the problem, and will continue to be the problem.
Being the opposition, being the party on seat, they are not exempted if there's a law that requires you to write.
A law is a law. It does not see your face, your rank, your age, or your political partisanship.
But that does not still answer the question. We are looking at if there is a law that requires you to write. Whether opposition has written or has not written, at least let's see if there is anything that is a lacuna for them to want to obstruct or lock up that place. That's what I'm interested in. If we have any law.
Usually, you would have a situation where you are requested to write so that you have police protection at your event.
Okay.
Now, looking at it from the flip side,
okay.
If the person that wants to hold the event, and you did say a while ago that there were policemen escorting the honorable member of the House of Reps, security officers. Now, if he deemed the involvement of more security officers unnecessary at his event, would that be necessary to, because it's all about protection, at the venue of my event.
Okay.
And if he feels the police officers paid for with Nigerian taxpayers' money are there with him to guarantee that protection, would it then be necessary for him to begin to file applications? That's a different scenario altogether.
But this said land or places where people actually have this rally. I thought they said it's actually open for anybody who wants to actually, carry out whatever it is they want to carry out.
Well,
so why is it that requirements are still stipulated for these individuals to actually still go about to do it?
The angle some would want to look at this from is this. Ikengu Gochinyere did make it clear that that place was paid for, and it's a church, and the bishop approved the use of the place.
Yes.
And now I think what should be established is the angle of this is a government-established, government-funded school for which you should have written a letter to my office.
Okay, that's the angle they're looking at it now.
That's the angle some people are looking at it from. And so they want to establish the authenticity of that claim of...
that this is what he's supposed to do.
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay, now please, and before Guru start, there was a question Guru asked you, and I wanted to follow up on it.
Okay.
Now, he was asking the supposed why. Now, we see that this Ugochinyere from history, because actually there's no smoke without fire, from history has had altercations, would I say altercation, or some kind of use of words between himself and Nyesom Wike in the past. And it has gone on for a very long while. So will you say that this supposed why will be as a reason why maybe certain things would actually be put in place just to disrupt whatever it is he's actually putting up for himself now? Or it's just the normal thing that is supposed to happen? Because actually, people would definitely be asking, like he said, what is that supposed why? And of course, he has had so many issues in the past with the person who is actually, will I say, indirectly ruling our supposed country, Nigeria. So will you think, or should we say that those supposed why will be as a reason why he's having such problems recently?
Bingo, you've answered your question. And you see, you have narrated previous entanglements, previous confrontations. And you are aware that up till now, the incidents that took place at his residence, for about 3 years ago or so, are yet to be properly investigated. Nobody knows the outcome of whatever investigations, if any, actually did take place. And he did mention this yesterday at the press conference. And so when you have such questionable situations of uncertainty, nobody comes to give you a clear-cut explanation as to this is the stage of this thing, these are those that have been arrested for this, and they are being prosecuted. Nobody knows anything about that. When you find yourself in such a situation, all things being human, you would want to be extra careful. You are aware of infiltrations in the Nigerian security apparatchik at all levels. You would have people who clearly established as foreign terrorists operating in the country, and you have a situation where they are automatically overnight baptized, repentant, terrorists and injected back into the military apparatchik, the security apparatchik. So it is, yes, it is quite ridiculous, but it is quite worrisome at the same time.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Very great. Just to give some clarity to that, I've been trying to get some before we open up our phone lines. There is no specific law that requires any opposition or any member to write the local government chairman, none whatsoever. But there is also, just for information's sake, if the occasion is going to spill over people gathering large crowd in to the roads and all that, just for notification that we're having a large crowd here, you can write. But there's no law compelling anybody to write to the LGA for such gathering, be it political or not, whether opposition or no opposition. There's no any law. There's no federal law. There's no state law. There's no local government law that says you must write. Moreover, if it's in a church premises, what you need is a church permission. And if the church grants you the permission, you can gather. And if it inside the church premises that only matters, then you know that you don't need any of that. But you need to inform the police. Inform. They did not say you should take permission. You have to inform them, because there may be disruption, and that will come up with what security concerns, which the police will now take care of. And they know that, okay, a gathering is here. Either they are there or they mobilize to be on alert in case of any breakage of law and order. That is what should be the necessary thing. Now, the big question is, did Ugo Chinyere inform the police before he started his death? I couldn't get that response. I couldn't get that response from Ugo Chinyere's team, but we will try to bring you further details on this story as we go subsequently.
Okay, some persons might be asking, when you say inform, would you do that in writing or just talking?
No, definitely. If you want to inform officially, you write. You don't talk. You understand? Unless you're calling DPO, please, I do this thing. Can you send me your man? That happens. But it's DPO can say, yes, we were told or we were not told. But officially, to have documents, you have to write to them. Remember what Wike did with Eagle Square, and then he said they did not apply, and they brought out the application. So that now ended the story of we did not apply. Immediately the application comes. Did you hear Wike react to it?
No.
Because he knew he goofed on that area, and then there's no story to tell on that. He let the story die.
He didn't come to his
when he had to justify what they did by saying they did not apply, but then they applied. So that's what I was trying to find out yesterday. Remember, we had a little bit of conversation with a lot of people, and nobody could tell me whether they applied or they didn't apply, because the inner caucus is the only people who would know exactly, and all of them were very busy yesterday. I couldn't speak to anyone. I tried talking with the APP chairman yesterday, but he just said I should just set up an appointment. Let's have a conversation. I don't even have that time. He doesn't have the time, so we had to let that go. Anyway, I've given you most of the things you need to know about this particular matter. My concern is the safety of the people. My concern is to make sure that our electioneering process is not made in crisis again this time around. That is where we are standing. So let's get to hear from you. All right. Hello? All right, we lost that caller. Please do call 0911-20022 or
0707-454-1014.
Good day, my line.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to
Good
you.
morning, Buddy Cosmo.
I greet you.
That is good. It's Chikodi, your friend.
Oh, Chikodi, how are you?
Fine. How was yesterday?
Fine. Hectic, but
Good,
fine.
everybody.
Yeah.
Sorry. It's good to say that when we have a state police, this is what is going to happen in this country.
Uh-oh.
Now, somebody wants to do a campaign, then a local government chairman blockades it. Then what if you have a state police? Don't you know that you can able to eat in your house and they will arrest you and kill that person? Don't you see?
Chikodi, don't finish work. Chikodi, don't finish work. Look at where he's taking it to. But that one hit me bang. But you see the reason why people are afraid of state police. Because if the governors have authority and the local government chairman now have that authority to use the police that they are superintending on, then what becomes of the people who are not in government? You make him, they make bish. That's exactly what he's saying. Engineer Buka texting from Futo says, a very good morning, Barry and Judge Don. The killing of 28-year-old man in Delta State represents a catastrophic disturbance in the system of society. Instead of maintaining equilibrium, this act introduces a violent, irreversible force that drives the system into instability. Such an abuse of power acts like a destructive external force, doing negative work. Is lesser than zero. On public trust and accelerating the breakdown of order, the event increases entropy. Entropy is greater than zero. Well, pushing society towards disorder rather than cohesion. For a stable system, forces must be balanced and governed by law. However, this incident reflects a violation of that balance, where authorities behave like an unregulated vector, causing harm instead of protection. Justice must now act as a restoring force to counter this disturbance, reduce entropy, and return the system to equilibrium, where safety, accountability, and order are preserved. Engineer Buka texting from Futo. Thank you very much, Engineer Buka. Let's go back to the phone lines. Good morning.
Hello, good morning. Hello.
All right, no time to waste. Juju from Equatorial done.
Okay, Double Barry and Lolo don't break. Good morning and happy new day. Barry, please, I am disturbed with Imo State Police. Reason, always blocking road at Amakoya flyover, causing hold up. Barry, also about Imo EEDC, duping and embarrassing Imo citizens. They are 419 company. No light, no bill, simple. Barry C. Nigerians are practicing democracy. How can those on seats won't allow others to rally? Those in power should step outside now. Barry, thanks for buying Don bottle of Fanta yesterday. Jesus.
Who told them?
I
You
don't
did not
know.
buy me any Fanta.
Don't deny me now. You don't say I'm
Hey, God, have mercy.
terrible partner I have here. Very terrible.
Hey, God.
All right. Very, very terrible. You see this paper soup, I go buy them and I go video them. I go send them so that I get evidence. All right.
Hey, God, have mercy.
I'll get evidence to prove.
Don't.
I don't understand, though. See me.
Hello, good morning.
Hey.
Good morning.
Thank you. Welcome aboard.
By the customers.
I greet you.
I'm a sister over there.
Good morning.
Yes. I am Samuel from those issues, but I'm not in the water.
All
Okay,
right.
you're welcome.
Yes. This about what happened at Idato, who going to rally.
Yeah?
So in fact, I wasn't happy when I heard it yesterday. They should call bad anything bad. They should not recognize it. You see, that's the shooting of tear gas on the people. You see, some people who has asthma, they can just crawl down there and finish, and their life will be over. But it's quite unfair. Let the government do something about it to avoid the next occurrence. I'm Samuel Lovelace.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you very much.
Samuel.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, Barry is a Gochi man. I called back.
Okay.
Like you just asked a question. You remember this kind of a thing happened when ADC wanted to do a convention in Abuja?
Yeah.
When they are struggling with the venue, we said they will not use it, they didn't apply, and they went to someone's hotel and they still do the same thing. This same thing happened again when the B2B went to Edo State, and the governor was saying that he shouldn't come there. So when I told you people that with this APC government, we are not practicing democracy again. Because the democracy where the opposition cannot thrive, I don't know the type of democracy is that. And we are in this Nigeria now, and with this APC, we are just like what Thomas will say, we are in the survival of the fittest. So that is what we are seeing in Nigeria now. And I ask the question, who sent those policemen to that? Is it the governor or the commissioner of police? Who sent them? That is the question I want to ask.
All right. Thank you very much.
I want to advise the opposition. Let the leave Ikenga alone. Let the leave Ikenga alone. We do that for people who collect what happened before again now. And we are aware and cautious of everything that is happening. And we are seeing the right hand in the wall.
Thank you.
That's what I want to say this morning. Thank you.
All right. This one says, good morning, Prof. Barry Cosmos, the Radio Marshal, the one on radio, best radio presenter in Imo. Thank you very much for your accolades. Eloquent barrister Don Ekoman, our guest. I am Pastor Samuel Chukuma Okolie from Injemanze Street, Owerri. Barrister, don't be surprised about what happened at Idiato yesterday. At times, the APC members will even be thinking that they are actually getting all that they want, but at the end, they actually help the fellow to get much sympathetic votes from the people. In fact, they are afraid that Ogochinyere will one day become a senator for Olu Zone or Imo State governor. Thanks, and do have a nice day, Barry. Now this can talk. So Ogochinyere say, oh, so they want me to be senator, they want me to become governor. You could go live with it, the same do now. Say one go contest governor. You go know what the governor seat to be if you try. All right, governor seat not easy. Let's get to this other one. Oh, this message now. I've been okay yesterday.
Yeah.
These are yesterday messages. Ah, God. All right, this one says, what done? Jesus, this is a newspaper.
Actually, this one is today's one.
Okay, it's yesterday, so. Okay, this one should be today. All right, let's go.
Okay, this one here, ba?
Yeah.
Good morning, Barry and Ikoma. My name is Barrister Blessing Hezekiah from Valid Solicitors Wedra Road. The disruption of Senator Ikenga Ugochinire's campaign rally in Owerri by members of All Progressive Congress is a troubling affront to the principles that sustain any genuine democracy. Elections are not just casting ballots. They are about allowing all voices to be heard freely without intimidation or obstruction. When opposition rallies are deliberately disrupted, it sends a dangerous message that political competition is no longer about ideas or performance, but about force and suppression that undermines the very essence of democratic choice. Every political party, regardless of its strength or influence, has the constitutional right to campaign, mobilize supporters, and present its vision to the people. Attempts to stifle that right erode public trust, fuel political tension, and weaken the credibility of the entire electoral process. If democracy is to mean anything, it must guarantee a level playing field where the ruling party and the opposition alike can operate without fear. Actions like these do not just target one candidate, they threaten the foundation of democratic freedom itself. Political actors must choose restraint over aggression and respect over rivalry. Anything less risks turning democratic engagement into chaos rather than constructive competition. Please, let's be guided.
All right, thank you very much, Barrister, for your contribution. This one says, good morning, Barry and Dawn, and good morning, our guest. I'm Prince Chiedoza Womere, writing from Owerri. I think we've read that before on Facebook. Okay. Beautiful morning once again. My eloquent and majestic Barry Kossi, Don George, and guests. Most Nigerians are sad, unhappy, worried, disturbed, crying and lamenting that justice, truth, fair play, and integrity are fast eluding our country. Why don't we allow the hawk and the kite to perch, for goodness sake? The elders pronounce a cause in this regard. Anyone that does not allow the other to perch, its wing must be broken. So be it. As in a lady, Juliana C.K. had sent in that one, and this one done.
Okay, Barry and Don, please, how do you think anything good will come out of Nigerian politicians when they are Machiavellian students? Their mindset is to make those they are ruling to be very poor so that they can control them. I remain Churchill Parker, a.k.a. Parker the Prolific, from Double View Studios, World Bank.
Parker the Prolific, another human being I want to call now because I don't ask now, man. Mr. Chelsea, last night. I'm not reading that message. No, I won't read that message.
That's victimization, Barry. You must read it.
He has removed it already.
There's no way I'm reading that message.
I'm going to investigate you.
Investigate.
I'm telling you.
When you come to Chelsea, do the whole investigation unapologetically Chelsea.
That's intimidating.
All right, Guru 1, Barry Kossi, and alphabet done. Alphabet done, George. Happy day. They don't turn it to alphabet done. It's a new company.
My God, have mercy.
Okay. It says, those who refuse to make timely repairs make rebuilding inevitable. Imo State belongs to all of us. We must resist the temptation of stoking fire where it is not existing. Let those who have ears, let them hear. Elder Chijeke sending that one. All right, I think our time is up this morning. Just before we leave, Salvatore, in the midst of all this chaos, do you see a free, fair, credible election where the people will come out without being scared that will happen come 2027 in Imo State. Forget Nigeria. Let's look at Imo State.
Quite unfortunately, I do not. Unless something drastic is done as soon as yesterday. So that is the reality on ground. Having experienced this personally myself yesterday, reminding me of the similar scenario 33 years ago in front of the University of Ibadan as a students' union activist, I am seeing a repetition of that chaos, that anarchy is looming. And if nothing, as I said, once again, is done drastically, you're back to square zero.
Oops. That's a damning one, but definitely on a more cheerful note, Nigerians don't give up. We are resilient people. And the truth about the matter is that when the going gets tough, the tough keep going. So if you are the weak, you run away. I challenge you this morning. Do you want to be weak or do you want to be tough? That's the problem. So everybody, the only way you will change your situation is to do something about it. And the only thing you can do is to use that power which is granted to you by law on that day, come the day of voting, whether Federal House, Senate, Governor, State House, whatever you want to choose, you have the right to determine who will be leading you. And if you like, you will think that even if you vote, your vote don't count. The only way your vote will never count is if you come in few numbers. But if it come out in your millions, then and only then you can make the change. You can't come to a war with 100 soldiers when the enemy has 1,000 soldiers. So if they have 1,000 soldiers, you bring 3,000 and overwhelm them with your own force. And that's exactly the only force you have. So if you want change, go out and vote. If you want to maintain the status quo, don't vote. It's very simple. And then if you think you are enjoying what is happening, beautiful, you allow it to run its course. So don't come here complaining. Everybody must not complain. Some people are complaining, some people are happy, because whether you like it or not, there are people who are very, very much happy with what is going on because the government favors them. Some don't favor them. But in general, what do you make of the situation in Imo State? The choice is yours. Use it now or forever remain silent. My name is Barry Cosmos, the Radio Marshal, and this is where our program will end for today. And of course, my microphone partner is not going nowhere. So, no bye-bye for you, but bye-bye for me. Over now, to the Slim Diva. You're most adorable. One of these days, I could just cut your head, keep on for somewhere, I could look at just look at that beautiful face, might just see him. Just look at like this. When you want to go out, I go borrow you, can't go so your husband go to see him. When you come, you give him back. Yeah, have fun. You agree? You don't agree? All right, bye-bye for now. Let's do this again tomorrow for another round of Straight Talk.